This is The Scoop for Wednesday.
I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines. Former U.S. Senator Bob Graham has died. He was 87. Graham chaired the Senate Intelligence Committee following the 2001 terrorist attacks, and he opposed the Iraq invasion. His family announced the death yesterday in a statement posted on X by his daughter, Gwen Graham. His family said, Bob Graham devoted his life to the betterment of the world around him. The memorials to that devotion are everywhere, from the Everglades and other natural treasures he was determined to preserve, to the colleges and universities he championed with his commitment to higher education, to the global understanding he helped to foster through his work with the intelligence community, and so many more. Bob Graham served 3 terms in the U.S. Senate and 2 terms as Florida governor. He made an unsuccessful bid for the 2004 Democratic presidential nomination, emphasizing his opposition to the Iraq invasion. A trial date is set in a lawsuit over how Florida handled removing people from the Medicaid rolls following the coronavirus pandemic. Here's more from Regan McCarthy.
During the coronavirus pandemic, the federal government declared a public health emergency. Part of that declaration kept states from removing people, even if they were no longer eligible, from Medicaid, which is state and federally funded health insurance for low-income people. The number of Medicaid recipients in Florida grew from about 3.8 million in 2020 to nearly 5.78 million in April of 2023. When the declaration ended, Florida began dropping people from its rolls, removing hundreds of thousands of people through a so-called redetermination process. But lawyers representing a group of beneficiaries say the state did not properly inform many previous recipients before removing them from the program. A federal judge has set a trial in the case for May 13th. I'm Regan McCarthy.
A statewide task force will announce its top picks for Florida's first Black History Museum by the end of this week. The top 3 or 4 sites in the running for the museum are being notified this week and are asked to appear in front of the Florida Museum of Black History Task Force in Tallahassee on Friday. Chair of the task force, Senator Geraldine Thompson, says Eatonville, along with other Central Florida sites like Seminole County, are being considered.
So we're looking at Eatonville. We're hoping that the litigation regarding the land, the Hungerford land, hopefully that'll be resolved soon, and we won't have that cloud. We're going to invite the top 3, maybe 4, to come to that meeting on April 19th to answer questions or to clarify things that we may be uncertain about. On the 19th, we'll know basically where the museum should go.
Orange County Schools have announced it will donate 10 acres from the former Hungerford school site in Eatonville for the museum. The district and the town of Eatonville are currently working on a way to release those acres from pending litigation over the site of the area's first Black school. The University of Southern California has canceled a commencement speech by its 2024 valedictorian, a Muslim student who has expressed support for Palestinians. The university is citing substantial security risks for the event, which draws 65,000 people to campus. The decision was announced in a statement Monday by the provost and senior vice president for academic affairs. The valedictorian is graduating with a major in biomedical engineering and a minor in resistance to genocide. She said USC abandoned her after she was subjected to racist hatred by anti-Muslim and anti-Palestinian voices. The United Nations is appealing for $2.8 billion to provide desperately needed aid to 3 million Palestinians. It stresses that tackling looming famine in war-torn Gaza requires not only food, but sanitation, water, and health facilities. The head of the UN Humanitarian Office for Gaza and the West Bank told reporters that massive operations are required to restore those services and to meet minimum standards, and this cannot be done during military operations. He pointed to Israel's destruction of hospitals, water and sanitation facilities, homes, roads, and schools, adding, "There's not a single university that is standing in Gaza." Today, it will be mostly sunny and hot with highs near 90. Tonight, partly cloudy, overnight lows in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and hot with highs in the high 80s. I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.